Picture a pristine, prehistoric Earth, a thriving, vibrant planet. Yet across all of this wild expanse, there are exactly zero resources. It sounds counterintuitive, but a physical object only becomes a resource when something actually needs it. It has to possess what geographers call utility. For millions of years, howling winds, rushing river currents, and deep earth minerals were simply background noise. They were environment, not assets. Resources are not found lying around in nature. They are defined by our specific capacity to put them to work. Human ingenuity is the sole mechanism that takes raw, inert matter and assigns it a purpose, turning a useless rock into a valuable planetary asset. The planet does provide a baseline inventory, which we call natural resources. These fall into two buckets: living, biotic elements like plants and animals, and non-living, abiotic materials like soil and water. The most critical distinction is how these elements replenish. Sunlight and wind renew constantly, but the materials extracted here, like coal and petroleum, take millions of years to form, making them strictly finite. Even a barrel of crude oil or a chunk of ore is mostly useless on its own. To extract its utility, you have to apply time and technology in a mechanical process known as value addition. The result of this process is human-made resources. We take the raw planetary inventory and physically alter it into the roads, machines, and bridges that serve our specific needs. Nature provides the basic ingredients. The tools and infrastructure we build function as a multiplier, allowing us to squeeze exponentially more value out of those raw materials. At the very top of the hierarchy are human resources. Without the intellectual vision to draft complex designs and invent tools, the entire chain of value addition stops. Like natural raw materials, human capital doesn't start out fully optimized. A population's skills have to be deliberately developed and refined to increase their quality. We do this primarily through education. A structured classroom environment takes raw human potential and hones it into specialized problem-solving skills. To keep those minds innovating, society has to maintain the physical machine. Healthcare and physical well-being are the required maintenance protocols for human capital. Investing in our own minds and bodies is the most logical economic strategy available. People are the only resource capable of creating other resources. The catch is that this baseline natural inventory is not distributed evenly. Geography dictates that valuable materials are scattered randomly across the globe. This chart shows the core modern conflict. The steeply climbing line tracks our human extraction rates, which have now drastically outpaced the flat line representing the Earth's natural ability to renew its inventory. To avoid exhausting our supplies entirely, we have to practice conservation, the deliberate protection of these finite materials to ensure the next generation still has access to them. Sustainable development is a strategic framework designed to find a mathematical balance between fulfilling our present needs and keeping the environment intact. In practice, this means transitioning to renewable solar energy, carefully rationing our water, and actively restoring ecosystems by planting trees. Sustainable development is not a restriction on human progress, it is a refinement of it. By stabilizing our consumption today, we ensure the next generation inherits the materials required to continue their own work.